quiet seaside town, an evil laid to rest centuries ago, has risen. An abandoned fortress deep in the swamp holds a secret that could save the village or destroy it. Now, a band of adventurers sets out to dig up the wounds of the past and bring the light of day to the roots of ruin. This is Tabletop Gold.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Tabletop Gold, episode 214. It's a tabletop role-playing game podcast. I'm Lars Casteen. Welcome to the show. I'm the host and the game master, and I'm joined today, as always, by Zoe Chernicoff.
Hello, good this time.
Robin Lange.
Good that time.
It's like this and like that and like this and good Armet Humphreys time to Armet Humphreys. Hi.
Good time.
Good time. And David the Tin Man Chernicoff is here as well.
Good that time, Lars.
Now, is that a time, Armat, like the Neapolitan pizza? So it's like kind of a little crispier?
I like that.
It's such a good
lot.
question.
I wish it had been that, but I was just thinking of it as the like this and like that and like that, this and that was
thinking about the G thing.
Yeah.
And you know what? We are going to be talking about the G thing in terms of it being pumpkin spice. Oh, I was hoping there would really be a G somewhere in the phrase pumpkin spice. I was really hoping I would stumble into one. The pumpkin spice. We're going to talk about that next episode. We've got a list of like pumpkin spice things from our Discord that we're going to be weighing in on the pumpkin pump out of all of that stuff. But today, to sort of get ready for that experience, get ready for talking about the seasonal food that everyone's going crazy for, we have another food trend to discuss just to get things set up. Zoe, would you like to set up this food trend for us, please?
I would. And I would like to start by reading you all a scintillating headline. Ooh, scintillating.
Please. Scintillate me.
From the one and only scintillating publication, The Wall Street Journal. I think we can agree among the most scintillating publications.
Easily my favorite newspaper.
Yeah. And their really important question, one of the most pressing issues in America today, I think we can agree, is Dubai chocolate the next pumpkin spice?
So the Wall Street Journal had a piece positing that there was a possibility that whatever Dubai chocolate might be the next pumpkin spice latte?
I don't even think that. They're just saying like ubiquitous flavor. Like, sure, you'd have a Dubai chocolate latte, but like you'd also have Dubai chocolate dude wipes, I guess.
Right.
Do y'all ever hear something and then the first thing that you think is, man, I can't believe I have to think about that?
What a nonsense headline to start.
And it's like someone at the Wall Street Journal just decided that I have to think about that now.
Right. This strikes me as someone didn't have anything to report on, so phoned it the F in, and now we're all stuck with the mental labor of working through that for them.
Is Dubai chocolate from Dubai?
I am so glad you asked. The answer, of course, is no.
Oh.
Dubai chocolate is an incredible, specialty niche item, and the idea that it would come anywhere close to pumpkin spice in terms of, basic ubiquity is startling to me. Okay, so you can go to Wikipedia, but Dubai chocolate appears to be something that was invented in 2021 by an expat who was living in Dubai who was pregnant, who had a food craving. And as a result, she came up with this style of chocolate bar that is dark chocolate with a pistachio tahini filling. And then I don't know if you say kadaif or I'm not sure of the exact, but it's basically chopped up phyllo dough pastry mixed into this pistachio tahini paste cream stuff. And then that's inserted inside the dark chocolate for this flavor that people across the world want everything to have, apparently, maybe, instead of pumpkin spice.
at the Wall Street Journal lost their minds.
Right?
Like, what are we even
doing?
talking about?
No one knows.
I'm aware. Okay, here's what happens, right? They come up with these trends, right?
Preach.
And I don't look into who I mean by they. I don't know who I mean by they.
We all
but
know who you mean.
Okay,
we don't
stop
need
it.
to
No, we
say
don't.
it.
We don't know. I don't know where these trends come from, but it becomes a thing that you can talk about, right? Like there's suddenly a 3,000% increase in the instances of Dubai chocolate in your local grocery store because 4 weeks ago that there were 0 of them, right? Like 4 weeks ago that shit didn't exist.
Right.
So they can track like a curve that goes super, super high and then make bad faith arguments explaining how like, if this keeps growing at this rate, like the entire planet will be made out of Dubai chocolate. And it's like, you are shutting off an important part of your brain to try to make a bad faith argument about a flavor that have any of us ever had this? Have we ever eaten Dubai chocolate?
I have not had it, but my assumption is that what I assume it would taste like would be something similar to dark chocolate dipped baklava. Because it's like most of the same ingredient.
I don't love a nut paste, so I myself am not jumping to try this, but it's probably yummy. Let's just say as a given it's yummy.
Also imagine with the phyllo dough, you can't have it, Zoe.
There's all sorts of reasons I'm not eating this, but one, you can't find it anywhere. Where are you going to go get this?
Well,
Starbucks?
I actually
no.
have a response to that because I'm really glad we're talking about this because literally a month before you brought this up, I had seen recommended for me in the New York Times cooking app a recipe for Dubai chocolate.
Stop.
No.
Wow.
So, and I had no idea what it was. And I was like, this is weird. It looks good, I guess.
Did you ever see Monsters University?
Yes.
So many times.
Okay. So in Monsters University, they recast the job of the monsters scaring the children as we met them in Monsters, Inc., right? The Monsters, Inc. is about a factory where a bunch of Joe Lunchpail, like blue-collar guys and ladies get together and they scare a bunch of kids.
Yeah.
Monsters,
A power plant.
It's a power plant. People walk to work and they carry their lunch in a big pail, right? Monsters University comes out and suddenly this is no longer a working class story of monsters, trying to like fighting against the boss and selling each other out and all the other stuff that happens like between the workers at this factory, at this power plant. Now suddenly with Monsters University, it's about an elite college where people like strive to be the greatest scarers that they possibly could have been. And it changes, it erases the working class sensibility of Monsters Incorporated to the detriment of the entire Monsters franchise. But that's not really what we're talking about right now. What we're talking about is Dubai chocolate.
Well, it is now.
And I think that the Wall Street Journal coming out here and saying, is this elite thing that only a very small number of this thing costs like $19 a bar or whatever.
Not if you make it at home with our Matt's recipe.
Dubai chocolate. I'm sorry, what'd you say, Zoe?
Not if you make it at home with our Matt's recipe.
I can pass that along at any moment.
Is this new incredibly expensive thing that only the elite of the elite in the world have even like heard of? Is this the new working class, populist pumpkin spice latte that exists everywhere for all of us? It is erasure, right? Do you get what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
It's nonsense. It's erasure. Of all things to pick for, I mean, like, there's just so many layers. It's like phyllo dough stacked with tahini pistachio. Yeah. What does everyone think the odds are that they would like this, particularly if it wasn't just the bar itself, but like
pumped out
on Dubai chocolate.
I don't like any of the component. I guess I like tahini, but
you
I don't
like
like
chocolate,
dark.
probably.
I don't like dark chocolate.
Pistachio.
Okay.
I could take or leave phyllo dough. Tahini is good. I could take or leave phyllo dough. I don't like dark chocolate. I don't like pistachios. I don't like
what
this
about
kind of
cheese hidden in desserts. Do you like that?
There's nothing, even if I hadn't been exposed to it through like some whatever elite media people insisting that like they repurpose some neurons in my brain that I really could use for something else to like now know what the fuck this thing is, I still wouldn't like it. I don't want to eat it.
I don't want to think about it. I'm having a great day.
I want to try it. I think it sounds awesome.
Oh,
I think it
man.
sounds delicious. I
I totally
really
eat it
want
too.
to.
It
I
sounds
really
really
want to
good to
try
me.
it out. Oh no, David's hurt.
No, it made me send me down this train of thought about like which Winnie the Pooh character would we all be? And I realized the answer is I'm Eeyore and the rest of you are Tigger. It's just how it is.
Which
No,
one
I'm
is the
thinking
one who
about Tigger.
disagrees? Which Winnie the Pooh character disagrees with Eeyore to trigger him most aggressively? Because I'm
Rabbit.
I think
You're-
that
you are
I'm
Rabbit,
I'm
Lars.
Am
Yes,
I
you're
Rabbit?
Yes,
Rabbit.
you're Rabbit. Ramen being Piglet makes a lot of sense to me.
I had a 6-foot-tall imaginary piglet as one of my best friends when I was little.
All right. Okay.
That's cool.
That is
He's
cool.
a puka.
Yep.
His name's Harvey.
I'd always have to wag my finger at him for being bad. Blamed him for a lot of things.
Well, given how common imaginary piglet friends are in this call, are imaginary piglet friends the new pumpkin spice latte?
Whoa.
Think about it. Think about it.
5 out of 5
Interesting.
Pathfinder.
20% of all people are enjoying having a piglet friend.
Mm.
Should we do the show?
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably.
Let's do it.
Pumpkin on doing the show. And pumpkin
Yeah.
on next time.
Oh,
getting to do
speaking of
pumpkin spice.
surprisingly
Yes.
proportioned things,
Yes.
it's the Abomination Vaults.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Right.
Let's get
Yeah.
into it. Let's pee that G, everybody.
Oh.
You're on the hunt for the ghost of Otari Ilvashti. When you last saw Otari's spirit, he had just learned that the spellcaster who was responsible for the fireball that eventually killed him was not the evil sorcerer Belcora Haravex, but was in fact his friend and adventuring partner Zarmavdian. Strong feelings of rage and resentment overtook him, and then so did 7 spectral tentacles that reached up from the floor and pulled him deeper underground. You've learned that Zarmavdian's fireball spell was in fact not a plot to kill Otari, but was an error of misjudged placement, and that the guilt of accidentally destroying his friend led Zarmavdian to willingly trap his soul here in the material universe after his death. Zarmavdian's soul is residing in a green gem that is currently in your possession, and you've been tasked with the job of bringing the gem to the spirit of Otari so that Zarmavdian can soothe Otari's torment and hopefully free him from undeath. So, the hunt for Otari. You've just activated a ruby belonging to a sadistic denizen of Lange to use its magical power to try to find the ghost of Otari. The ruby shattered from its magical energy being pushed beyond its limits, but you are now following Otari's own knife as it drags you toward its owner. The 4 of you are in this incredibly ancient temple to Nimbaloth that seems to predate Belcora Haravex, who herself, like her story was 500 years ago. So this temple is older than that 500-year-old story by like an unimaginable span of time. The room that we are starting in is a chamber that the cult here would have used to subject their prospective members to a test to see if they are like worthy enough to worship Nimbaloth. Those who are unworthy would be killed by this test. There are many exits from this room. You know, there are doors sort of, I guess there are 2 major exits from this room. There's a door to the north and a door to the south. But as you've just finished casting this locate spell with the Lange Ruby, the Knife of Otari Ilvashti is pulling you towards the northwest. So, as we're going to be in a situation now where I'm imagining that Trill is going to be sustaining this locate spell. Every time she does that, the knife is going to tug more and more in the direction of Otari. So you're not like exactly in a, you got to follow the knife. This isn't, you're not chasing the white rabbit right now, but you do have an insistent thing pressuring you in a certain direction. And I'm wondering what the 4 of you would like to do here.
Do we know any lore about the, like, Nimbaloth's ascension to godhood? Because we have this rare depiction of Nimbaloth herself in this room. And there's the reeds in the mouth, right?
Yes. And let me re-describe that statue that Armet that you're referring to. This statue that is this depiction of Nimbeloth, it's a jade statue of a cracked and chipped skeleton. And the skeleton is wearing a burial shroud over it. The skull of the skeleton has a bundle of swamp weeds in its teeth. And Isthin just identified, a minute or maybe more, when you first entered this room, Isthin identified that this is a depiction of Nimbeloth, which is not something you see every day, to say the least.
Right. And so I just was wondering if we knew anything, like, was she human and became a god? Sort of like a weird, unholy version of the Starstone quest. It's Starstone Quest, right? That's the challenge?
The Starstone Challenge, of course. For those of you who don't know, the Starstone Challenges, there are a number of people who have ascended to godhood throughout the history of this setting, throughout the history of Golarion, that got that godhood by going to the Starstone Cathedral that is at the center of Absalom and solving, completing a challenge that then led to them becoming gods. So that's what that is.
Yeah, I guess I'm just wondering if we know anything about her legend. Maybe I could make her recall knowledge or something.
Yeah, give me a religion check and I'll see what you know.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Okay, so the question is, what does Isthin know about the personal history of Nimbeloth? And this is an incredibly challenging question to answer because Isthin is merely trained in religion. Religion is not what Isthin most knows, and Nimbeloth is a deity that is basically unknown throughout Golarion. This is not an entity that most people know about.
Could I try using library lore then, maybe?
Sure. Let me tell you what it is that maybe you know based on this religion check.
Perfect. Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to give you very little here. You've seen Nimbeloth depicted in a number of different ways. You know that Ao had a vision of Nimbeloth as a planet, right? Using her astrology lore, way back on the first floor of this dungeon. Ao had a concept of Nimbeloth not as a deity, but as literally a planet moving through the galaxy and consuming other planets.
Whoa.
You are aware of tangles of translucent tentacles coming off of yellow four-pointed stars. You've seen four-pointed stars also in that temple on the first floor. The idea of Nimbeloth as humanoid is something that you don't see depicted that often. And I'm going to say, to answer the question of what does Isthin know, Isthin was perhaps unaware that Nimbeloth even had a humanoid depiction until this moment.
Got it. Yeah, that makes sense.
Interesting. So if you'd like to do a little library lore, we can see how much deeper we can dig than that. But let's see as Isthin uses this moment before following this dagger to consider the truth about Nimbeloth.
Okay, there's my blind library lore.
Blind library lore.
I don't know that it's gonna do much better, but
okay. You've read in various ancient books, do you think Isthin would have read the Necronomicon, for instance?
I bet he at least looked at it in its entry in the card catalog.
Okay.
Thank you. What is he, an asshole? Come on. We've all cracked it.
So in the Necronomicon, Isthin has read about great old ones and outer gods that have to wait for stars to align, have to wait for the celestial bodies crossing across the dark tapestry to align with each other, to reach a certain point, a certain alignment that then enables them to this elder god to manifest. You are maybe aware then, through those books, of one celestial body that must align to bring Nimbeloth closer to a world. That celestial body is a planet called Void Bracken. Void Bracken is a planet, as you've read in these tomes, where a battle was held between an elder god that maybe Istin is able to hypothesize now must be Nimbaloth, and another celestial entity, another power that some scholars believe was Pharasma. There is a belief that Nimbaloth and Pharasma battled on this planet Voidbracken, and that led to the destruction of the of Nimbaloth's body. So now Nimbaloth is no longer corporeal in any meaningful way. It's no longer like she no longer is an entity in a physical way.
Okay.
And that Voidbracken still passes through the dark tapestry, passes through deepest space, wandering aimlessly through the universe, but driven potentially by the remaining will of this elder god, of Nimbaloth. And that when Voidbracken passes close to a place where creatures live, living creatures, the souls of the living are drawn out from their mortal shells in like a global apocalyptic cataclysm given the name Dead Tide. So your reading of the Necronomicon, your personal understanding of Nimbaloth helps you kind of get the idea that Nimbaloth can manifest, can assert like great destructive power over a world with this alignment called Dead Tide, where the planet Voidbracken moves close to another planet. This is like deep, deep lore that Istin is just now able to connect from all of his reading, all of connecting the dots between all of these different texts, his time here in this dungeon, seeing this depiction of Nimbaloth's body, and then like interpolating all of those things together. And that's the idea that is jogged in Istin's mind as you try to connect the current pieces of information that you have.
Yeah, I'm sure his mind is just kind of reeling as he suddenly put the quotes, which he mostly read as, I feel like, a lark, being like, oh, I'm so cool, I'm reading the Necronomicon, and the forbidden knowledge is mine.
Right.
But like actually having that come into context and meaning and actual understanding is sort of like leaving him shaken and like worried about Voidbracken and if it's going to come into alignment with us and cause a dead tide.
As you consider this, you're struck by one more sort of maybe fatally disturbing realization. It's going to kill you. It's not going to kill you. Like a profoundly disturbing thought,
like father,
perhaps,
like son,
passes Istin's mind. That you've read about these elder gods, these great old ones, consuming endless souls, consuming lives. And you look around this room, you see this temple, you think about what it is that this cult that would have gathered here was trying to accomplish, and you reach the realization that these dead tides, these like world-ending cataclysms that Nimbaloth feasts on vast number of souls at once. Once she reaches a certain point, once she consumes enough spiritual energy, once she digests it, that these people that you are in this, the people that built this temple, believe that Nimbaloth will undo her ancient defeat, undo this death at the hands of this other deity, and will perhaps one day exist once more as a physical being.
So that's why she wants to sacrifice Absalom.
That's why Nimbaloth wants Absalom. Belcora wants Absalom for a different reason.
Right. They kind of have goal congruence on some level.
Them and Ao.
Wow.
So if Belcora succeeds in using the lighthouse to destroy Absalom, as she's been working toward piecemeal over however many hundreds of years, it would result in Nimbleoth being able to resume having a corporeal form. Am I following this right?
It'll be one important step closer to that. Like, this is an ongoing project of these Nimbleoth cults, is to try to harvest like enough spiritual energy to change the object of their worship from dead and theoretical and distant, in working their way through the planes between planes.
Yeah.
And instead a much more literal physical embodiment of something, of what it used to be, of what she used to be.
Right, but what if you just harnessed the power of the light for good? See what I'm saying?
Oh.
Everybody gets to buy chocolate?
That.
Yeah, that's right. We're going to turn it into a sort of Willy Wonka-esque candy producing situation.
A fairly sinister candy making operation also.
Look, all
Willy
money
Wonka
is
was
blood
kind of
money,
sinister,
all right?
okay?
You've never had chocolate like this.
Oh, now you're doing, is New Willy canon? We bringing in New Willy?
New Willy's canon. New Willy's canon.
All right. New Willy is canon.
Wow.
But yeah, anyway, I think all of this is just kind of staggering to Istin. He was just getting the idea of being like, this connects to what my dad was writing about history from 500 years ago, and now suddenly I'm part of it, and yet now it's going one step further, that this has existed millennia upon millennia ago, and it's just now coming into potential focus, is kind of a astounding thought.
There's something that I think about, maybe what it is that Istin is realizing, and as you're sort of here in the bowels of this ancient temple, that like you are at this point in your adventuring career like regional heroes. You are well known throughout Otari. People treat you really well. Like you are respected. You're local celebrities. You're up and comers, and people are appreciative and glad to have you here.
They don't glare at us on the street anymore.
They don't glare at you on the street anymore, but you are not like people whose adventuring has so far dealt with these kinds of like metaphysical like clashes between deities, like millions of souls getting harvested. Like this stuff is the ramifications of what you're doing right now in this temple extend far beyond the temple itself. You're having an impact in a story, in forces, in conflict that predate you by an unimaginable amount, and that you are a small but vitally important part of.
It's kind of like life, you know?
It's a lot like life.
It's a lot like life in that no matter how accomplished you are what you're doing, you're still never going to be able to retire.
Jesus.
I think
who is having fun tonight, huh?
Okay, Eeyore's back again. Bro.
So Trill feels this dagger tugging her to the northwestern portion of this room, as Istin maybe provides some context for this existential realization that has just befallen him. So what do we think is going to happen next?
Should we go towards the where the dagger is pulling us towards, the northwest?
Feels right.
Think we better.
Things went well when we followed that skeleton, so why not follow the next magical force that directs us somewhere? Love it.
Right. It seems like there's no way we can lose, you know?
There's no downside. No.
We didn't explode that ruby to just ignore its
Thank you.
directives.
And as Mag says this, and as you step forward following the lead of this dagger, you feel the the remnants of this ruby crunching underneath your feet as you step forward across the broken portions of your former magical artifact. So, the dagger leads you next into a hallway. And there are this is a short hallway, 15 feet long, and there are 2 exits here. There is a small door leading off to the west, and there are large double doors leading to the north. The dagger, as Trill sustains the spell, is pulling you towards the northwest again, like into the wall between these 2 doors. So it's not a clean piece of information that you're getting right now. Is it this door leading to the north? Is it this door leading to the west? As you're considering this question, we know that Trill is sustaining a spell. What are the rest of you doing?
Ao is scouting and looking for traps.
Okay.
Mac is scouting for enemies.
Istin is searching for traps.
Okay. So where do we think we're going next?
Was these northern doors that were the ones we're being...
You're being pulled into the wall between this smaller door and these 2 double doors to the north.
Maybe
the way to go is the west. Maybe the way to go is the north.
I would think that would be the more likely to be the west.
Can we sort of like listen at each door and see, like, not that will actually tell us what the name, but like Ao puts an ear up to each of the 3 doors to see.
Sure. Ao listens at all of these doors. She hears silence. Let me roll a perception check for you.
Please.
Okay. So she puts her ear to this western door, and she hears mostly silence, but a faint sort of bloop, 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 sort of bubbling sound.
Sounds friendly.
And she also feels like a small amount of heat towards that western door as she pushes her hand up to it.
Guys, it's a sauna.
To the northern door, this is a larger set of double doors. She hears nothing, just silence.
Okay.
So what do we think? What door are we opening here?
There's something warm and inviting in there. Something that says, long dead body of Otari's ghost, and she points to the door to the west.
Yeah, Mag was leaning west, so she would probably...
It's also clockwise, so...
Take up a position in front of the western door.
Well, it's prime.
Okay. So Mag pushes through that western door, and as you all walk into this tight hallway, and you feel this heat starting to wash over you, the dagger being held by Trill, if Trill's continuing to sustain it, is pulling you into the wall at the northwestern portion of the hallway. It is not pointing you towards this southern leading door leading out of this hallway. It's pulling you to the northwest.
Do we head back and try the other set of doors?
Yeah, I think we're focused enough on finding where the knife is going. It would be like, the spa must be up there. I smelled the chlorine.
Okay. So you backtrack back into this larger hallway, this feeling of now extreme heat near the corner of the hallway that you were just investigating. That heat sort of passes, slips away from you as you walk back into this larger hallway, and you're now preparing to move to the north. Does Mag push this door open?
Yeah.
Okay. So the set of double doors opens up, and you step through into a very tight little hallway here that has all kinds of alcoves and extends far to the west and far to the east. Each of these alcoves in this hallway that you're looking into has strange devices in it. There's a rack standing up in each of these alcoves, one over here to the northwest, one over here to the northeast. Each of these racks has crystals and levers, as though they are bizarre torture devices. In this alcove to the northeast, you see an intact, your light catches this intact crystal globe, and that reflects back at you, almost blinding you. But as you look down this hallway, your light also catches onto another reflective thing just past that globe. There's something shimmering down in the hallway leading off to the east, and as your light hits it, this green blast of light flashes in front of your eyes with like a dazzling intensity. It's almost as though there are hundreds of greenish glowing mirrors pieced together in the shape of a human. You hear the sound of glass scraping on glass, as this glittering form starts to move mechanically, like instinctively moving towards you, revealing that this creature has sharpened glass blades instead of hands.
Cool.
Roll for initiative.
Oh.
Checks out.
Rude.
Yeah.
Sorry, Lars, I didn't mean you specifically, just the monster.
No, I understood. It was the context made it clear.
Sometimes I do mean you when I say things.
No,
like
I
that,
know.
But this time I do.
Like me, I know.
Yeah.
Whoa, this thing is crazy looking.
I'm guessing I can roll occultism since I'm sustaining a spell. Since
You're
Joel's
sustaining a spell. Of course you're doing occultism.
Thank you.
Was I hiding?
I'm willing to have you hide. That's fine.
I feel
You
like
typically
she's around
hide.
the corner in the hallway.
Okay. Sounds good to me. So while we're all rolling initiative, I want to show you this creature that you have just seen reflecting all of the light back at you. It is an emotionless glass, like creature of shards of glass at impossible angles with each other. Your light in this dark room, right? Like there's no light in this room aside from the light that you're bringing into it. It is reflecting and shimmering off of this creature in all kinds of like unpredictable and unnerving and disorienting ways.
He looks like Mr. Freeze and Silver Surfer had a baby.
He does. I agree.
Yeah.
As you're considering the lineage of this creature, though, you turn to your left and you see that another one has also started moving on the far western side of this hallway.
Do you guys ever have a thing where he shows us one of those things and then you imagine that it's like super tiny? Like this guy's like no taller than your ankle?
Oh, that's interesting. I feel like something happens a lot where he shows us a picture of the thing and I think, wow, that's a crazy thing for there to be one of. And then there's just more than one of them.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, we're going to kick this encounter off as the four of you are standing in this tight, like strangely shaped hallway filled with these alcoves all along the way. The hallway is reaching out to the east and to the west. These alcoves are filled with like bizarre torture implements made of crystal. Most of these crystals have shattered, but there are still racks that people, you can get the sense, would have been brought to. Something would have been done to them here in these racks. But a lot of these mechanisms are broken in the intervening years since they were presumably last used. But these guardians, these glass guardians, have started moving towards you to approach. We're going to kick things off with, I believe, a battle cry from Trill.
Great, let's do it. That's a bad roll. It's a 27.
Okay, the 27, you scream at the first of these creatures that you see. It does nothing to them. There's no reaction from this creature. Let's get initiative roll starting with Zoe. How did Ao do?
27.
27, pretty good, but not great. Ao is a little bit caught off guard maybe by these creatures, but is moving a little bit before maybe some of them are. So maybe she'll be able to get the advantage on some of them. How is Armat? How is Istin doing on this one?
Not great. He got a 9 for a total of 26. So I think he's probably still in his own head about what he's just learned and connected about Nimbleoth and is just totally on the back foot because of that.
Yes. This is an unnerving place, and Istin has just thought about something terrifying. How did Trill do on her initiative roll?
A very respectable 36.
And Trill's going to be going first. Trill is going to get to act before anybody else. How did Mag do on this one, David?
I rolled a 1.
Okay, Mag's going last.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, we're going to start things off at the beginning of round 1, and Trill is standing just a little ways back in this hallway leading into this like torture chamber, crystal mechanism, weird guarded glass creature hallway. You're still standing in the past room, but you're able to crane your head around and see these creatures approaching. What are you going to do here as you're in the back lines, but you're acting first?
She's going to start with the things she do when she start. And we're going to lingering comp into Courageous Anthem.
Great.
Hell yeah.
And that's a 40.
It's a 40. A 40 is a critical success by a bunch.
40.
So Trill digs deep and pulls out an incredibly inspiring anthem, filling all of you with courage for 4 rounds.
Fabulous.
Thank you, Trill.
Fabulous.
Hey.
Man, rolling 40s. That's how you know you've been playing this game for too long.
Yep. Yeah, the numbers get ridiculous as you go. For sure.
Got 2 actions left. I'm just trying to decide. I guess what makes the most sense is to start by doing a recall knowledge.
Sure. Give me one of the following skills, please. We're looking at Arcana or Crafting.
Maybe she won't do recall knowledge.
You can give me whatever you want, but you might get different information.
Let's just do occultism for shits and giggles and see if I roll high enough that you still give me something.
Okay, sure. Roll a blind occultism check. Yeah, Trill looks at these creatures and has no sense of what they might be.
Cool.
You've never
Okay.
seen a glass construct like this before.
Fabulous. For last action then, I'm just gonna do her I'm going to raise her shield, her spell shield.
Okay. Shield
'Cause these guys
cantrip
scare me.
starts, and you hear a grinding sound start to fill the hallway, and a few moments later, you see another of these creatures appear from around a corner. So you see 3 of these creatures now. That creature is going to mechanically walk, scraping glass on glass, and they are going to end their movement about 15 feet away from Mag as they're advancing upon you, as though responding to an intruder. As Mag sees this creature walk up to her, Istin sees another, the first creature you spotted, start moving methodically and slowly up towards Istin. As it advances, it raises this glass limb up in the air, this bladed limb, and just slices it right across Istin. That's a very good roll. That is a 38 to hit.
Yeah, that happily does not connect. Or is not a crit, is what I mean to say.
Okay, so this glass blade slices into Istin for 13 points of slashing damage and a d6 of ongoing piercing damage, and it's going to reach back and just try to slice at Istin one more time, wordlessly, just like 2 quick slices on Istin. That's another pretty good roll. That's a 27.
That actually won't hit, happily.
Okay. So Ao has just seen more of these creatures join the combat. They are coming from all corners, all areas, converging upon the 4 of you. What is Ao going to do here? While she notices that the one closest, sorry, not that one, the one that is furthest from her on the western side has yet to act and will be off guard to her.
Yeah, I think she is going to try and gain a little bit of an advantage on it. If she fires an arrow now, is it going to have cover given everyone who's around?
It is definitely going to have cover because it is like around a wall from you.
Yeah.
I'm trying to like take a look at this to figure out what flavor of cover we might be looking at.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be regular cover, so it's going to be a +2 to their armor class. But they are off guard to you, so.
Yeah, I think she may push through the crowd like past Mag and fire from there.
Okay.
Just to get as good a shot as she can And then she's going to fire off 2 quick arrows from Chompy Chomps.
Okay, Chompers, the short bow, unleashes 2 arrows at this far construct, this glass construct, right in front of Ao. Ao's light, again, glimmers off of these things as they start casting like small reflections all around the walls as though it's like a mirror ball.
First hit is a 36.
That 36, even though you're shooting through another enemy, that is a critical hit.
Hey.
Huge strike from Ao.
Look at all those dice. That's fun. That's 46
Whoa.
points of damage.
46
Dang.
points of damage. Okay. You see your arrow clang off of this creature's surface. You still do a sizable amount of damage to it, but it is not taking the full amount of damage that you would have thought it would take, let's just say. As it resists a little bit of that damage, and it becomes enfeebled 1 unless by Ao's debilitation. So that's cool.
Yeah.
That's good.
It's an enfeebled construct, sort of like most things we all think of each day. Okay, well, I don't know, since we don't know enough about them to know what kind of damage might be better, and she's in the moment, I think she would just fire a second arrow, imperfect as it may be.
Okay.
And that's a 21 to hit.
That 21 nearly hits, but clang off of the side of this creature's blade as it moves its blade up to defensively guard itself against this strike, and that's going to be a miss.
Got it twice, she shouts.
So Istin hears this action breakout behind him as he has just been sliced. He is bleeding from the attack of this glass construct creature. Ao is, you feel Ao push past you, and she's shooting arrows all over the place. This is a frenzied, complicated situation as you are just being attacked on all sides. What is Istin going to do here?
So I think he is going to start just by striking at the construct near him with his staff.
Okay.
Oh my god. And that's the one on the die, so I'm going to hero point that.
Okay.
Oh, much better. That's a 39 to hit.
39 to hit is a critical hit.
Yes.
Istin sees himself missing, then slams into this creature for a critical strike.
Right. 32 bludgeoning.
32 bludgeoning. Okay, you may expect that this physical damage would be resisted, but you hear the sound of your bludgeoning damage crunching into this glass. It seems like bludgeoning damage is an effective way of hurting this creature, and via that's. Did you say your damage that you rolled?
Yeah, 32.
32 points of damage.
Yeah.
So that all goes through, and based on your critical specialization, what happens?
Oh, I can knock it away in a 10 feet in a straight line. So
do you want to do that?
Yeah, for now.
Okay.
It'll have it eat up an action on its next turn, hopefully. So,
Okay.
with his next action, Istin is going to do more recalling knowledge. He's going to use his Magus's analysis feat, which I rarely get to do, but I make an attempt to recall knowledge about this creature. I'd like to use the Arcana, I think you mentioned.
Sure.
But I get a +1 circumstance bonus to it because I hit it with my stick.
Okay.
Ooh.
Great.
All right,
So Istin, having connected with this creature, has learned hopefully something else about it and recalls a little bit of knowledge. Okay. Istin knows that this is some kind of like modified, not quite exactly like this is an unusual example of something called a glass golem. You know that golems are typically established as guardians. Glass golems are also thought of as like works of exquisite art by the spellcasters who create them. You know, one thing about golems is that they have like a powerful anti-magic associated with them. Yeah. Only certain kinds of damage affect them or don't affect them. You can ask me any kind of question you would like to follow up on this recall knowledge. If you'd like to know about their anti-magic capabilities, though, you can ask me what kind of magic they are harmed by, what kind of magic they're healed by, what kind of magic they are slowed by, and what kind of magic they are vulnerable to. Like, a kind of magic that, like, what kind of magic does more damage to them?
Let's go with that last one. What kind of damage are they vulnerable to?
You asked that, and then I looked at this entry, and it doesn't have one of those in here. So,
what a head fake!
Yeah, sorry, man.
Oh,
yeah, it doesn't have a vulnerable. Oh wait, give me 1 second. Let me take one. Let me just take one.
Yeah.
If we can't find that out, can we know it's Myers-Briggs type?
Yeah,
it's an INFP. You knew it was.
That makes
Guys
sense.
they're a real pain in the glass, right?
They are a pain. Thank you so much, Robin. Yeah, I don't see a vulnerable. I don't know what that means. I'm sorry, Armad. I'm sorry for head faking you on that. What else would you like to know?
If I can't get vulnerable,
healed by, slowed by.
Let me do harmed by. How about
harmed by? Sure. Sonic damage will shatter these glass mirrors, and we'll successfully do a large amount of damage to them.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Sure.
Istin, of course, shares this factoid with the team.
Oh, that's good to know.
And what else you got going on?
Last action, I think he's just going to raise his staff in a parrying position.
Okay.
Kind of keep things protected on this side.
At the end of your turn, you're going to take a little bit of bleed damage. You're going to take 3 points of bleed damage, and why don't you roll a d20 and see if you're still taking this persistent damage from this slicing with this bladed arm that you just suffered from.
I am still bleeding.
Okay,
Got
still bleeding. And still bleeding, Isthanavel Valis hears more grinding sounds, and another of these creatures emerges from around the corner and charges straight at Isthan.
Oh wow. Okay.
And it is at this moment that that this glass golem that Ao struck out at is going to start taking its turn. It starts moving, and it starts shimmering. A strange, sickly green glow starts coming off of this creature. It's going to cast dim light in a 60-foot emanation, which is going to target all of you. And I need everybody here to please make a will save.
Or like a won't save, am I right?
Let's see how, starting with Trill, how did you do?
I rolled a 25. I think I accidentally rolled it twice.
That rounds up to I believe, a critical success because of some class feature that you have. How about Ao?
Nice.
35, right?
Critical success, Isthan?
32.
Critical success, Mag.
31.
Okay, so that is a regular success. Mag is also unaffected. So all of you deal with this will save, and you are unaffected by this strange glittering light blasting off or coming in waves off of this golem. So that's cool. That's super annoying. Okay, give me a sec.
Well, for whom though, you know? Like,
yeah,
isn't
that's such a good
It's kind of like
point.
when you see Wicked and you realize that like you thought Alphaba was bad, but it's
I
really...
thought it would be over, but it was actually only half of the movie.
Yeah, there's still this year after Thanksgiving, you're going to have to go see more of it.
Okay, so this construct is going
the movie from last year was only half of Wicked?
Did you not know that, David?
No.
Yeah.
What'd they do with the other half?
They're doing it later. They're going to do it live, man.
Jeez.
This golem charges past Ao and nestles itself next to a lot of this strange torture equipment just to the north of Ao. And it is now finally Mag's turn. Mag sees that there are a couple of injured golems standing around you. The closest one is around like a sort of weird corner from her. Like, do you see this wall that you're standing in front of? Mag's like back is pressed up against this little, like the alcove pushing out towards her.
Right.
One of these injured golems is just past that. It's going to have cover to your strike. Another of these injured golems is past Isthin and past another of these golems, and is going to be difficult to get to just because there are people blocking you. What do you think Mag is going to do here? You know that bludgeoning damage works. Mag is in a good position here. It's just going to require some positioning and some planning. So what do we think?
And the lesser cover that you described is just like a -1 to the roll, basically?
That'll be a -2. I think you have to
-2.
reach all the way around this outcropping, this wall, this oddly shaped wall that you're standing next to. But you could also push past AO and get a clearer shot at it.
That's what I'm going to do. I have decided to push past AO and take a position to her west, which puts me within melee reach of both of these. I'm going to try a slam down on the one that's standing to the north of AO that's already injured.
Okay.
Here is the it's a 20 on the die.
Okay, sure.
May I have my music, please?
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Thank you.
A lot of stuff
Nice.
Okay, here we go. Thanks, Zoe. You gotta draw. Nice.
Thanks.
Okay, is this the ace of spades?
It is not.
It's the 7 of spades, but this is still a critical strike, and you're still going to do double damage.
46 damage.
46 damage. Yeah, that's a lot. Let me take all that damage. All 46 of that goes through as the acid damage and the bludgeoning damage. Both, you hear the crunching and the sizzling of your hammer delivering this bit of Ravorex's acid. What else happens here?
That poor glass lump is a clumsy one and enfeebled one until the end of my next turn, and is also knocked prone. You know, I've never really thought about the fact that the slam down and the crit specialization effect on a hammer are sort of like cannibalize each other. It's kind of funny.
They do. It's interesting. Like, I think slam down is really good, but there are all these like weird edge cases that crop out. I do have to make a fortitude save to see if I fall over. So let's try that. DC 27 fortitude save. I roll a 32, so I do in fact not fall over.
All right.
Do you
well,
fall
then
anyways? It'd be more fun.
Well, I'm gonna try
maybe.
to trip you with the slam down. So
yeah,
let's take another crack at making him fall over, shall we?
Okay. So we've got an athletics check versus reflex DC. This creature is clumsy, so their reflex DC is lower. That's an interesting synergy, though, David.
Oh, dice not so nice. It's only a 25.
That 25 succeeds because it's clumsy. You manage to knock them
Nice.
over.
Hell yeah.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Yeah, so you're this crunching sound is this creature in the corner slumps down against the wall, getting caught up on some of this apparatus, this strange, like, arcane torture apparatus that it is guarding, and it is now prone. And that's it for Mag's turn, and we are here at the beginning of round 2. You are being swarmed by glass golems that have come to defend this like oddly shaped alcove-filled torture chamber of some sorts that is connected to this like testing chamber that you just came through. It's a mysterious and like potentially unnerving situation to see this much like why would these rooms be next to each other? What's the purpose of having this chamber so close to this testing chamber? You may never find out because you may not survive to the end of the round.
It's a chamber of secrets.
It's a chamber of secrets. It's Trill's turn. What is Trill going to do?
I think Trill might be doing something dumb. If I were to go between the two constructs on the side that is closer to Istin,
Yes.
would I need to tumble through?
Yes. You would.
And that's an acrobatics check, right?
Yeah, it's acrobatics versus reflex DC.
I feel like that's fine. So Trill's gonna try and get to there. Do I do the acrobatics
Give me the acrobatics
first?
check now, and I'll tell you whether you bounce off of this creature as it blocks you or not.
Let's see.
You have enough movement to get to the spot you want to get to, so that's good.
That's a 25.
That 25 is going to fail because this creature is not clumsy like the last one was. So Trill bounces off and is going to end her movement. It's up to you, either in this square to the north of Istin, this square behind Istin, or the square that you're starting from.
I think she'll stay where she's starting from then.
Okay.
So a 10-foot burst comes from where a burst would come from where Trill is, right?
No, not necessarily. There will be what spell are we talking about here, Robin?
I am looking at Concordant Choir.
Okay, Concordant Choir says, let's take a look at it. Concordant Choir, what
at the
rank is that?
2-action one. So the spell deals
it's a
sonic damage to all creatures in a 10-foot burst.
Yeah, so the range on this spell is 30 feet. You drop a burst anywhere within 30 feet of it.
Oh, so I didn't need to try and move then. Perfect. So Trill's going to try and drop that burst.
Okay.
Right there.
So you're coming out with
wait, I wanted to go over. Can you move it over a little bit?
Yeah, no problem.
So it doesn't hit Iston. Thank you.
Yep. So you're dropping a burst of sonic damage, trying to trigger this golem's weakness, which is very interesting.
Yeah, that's what I heard. I heard there was a sonic weakness, so let's try and do that.
Okay, so this is the way that golem anti-magic works. I don't even need to ask you to do anything else. If I'm gonna you're targeting me with something that does sonic damage. Any magic of this type that targets the golem causes it to take a different amount of damage, and that amount of damage, Robin, is 6d6 sonic damage.
That's cool.
Ooh. So this spell manifests. Boom! The sonic damage washes over these two.
So they don't even try the fortitude save?
Any magic of this type that targets the golem, I just take the damage.
Wow, that wasn't bad. So that was 29.
Okay, that applies to both. Okay.
And then, Mag rolled 2 just for funsies.
Yeah, I was just kind of curious what that felt like.
So Robin's damage roll was what?
29 was the 66.
Mag's damage roll that you just rolled for funsies was
13.
13. Robin's damage roll was so good.
Yeah.
A 6, a 6, a 5, a 5, a 5, and a 2.
It was pretty good.
Incredibly good damage roll, and that's going to apply to both of these creatures.
Plus, do they still get that +1 sonic in addition to that?
Sure. Yeah, no problem.
Thanks.
No problem.
Thanks.
So we're going to call that 30 points of sonic damage as they both take this 30-point blast. Let's give a hero point to Trill for exploiting the golem's weakness. You love seeing it.
Thank you.
You love hearing about weaknesses. You love the whole thing. So let's do it. Okay.
Love a weakness.
It is now the turn of one of these, of the glass golem that is standing right next to Mag. This one is basically unharmed, and it reaches towards Mag and starts to cut at her with its limbs. It just, emotionlessly just slices at Mag twice. That is a 35 to hit for that first strike.
35 hits.
35 hits. Mag takes good damage roll. 18 points of damage. That's 18 slashing and a d6 of bleed damage. And it's going to try to slice at her one more time. And that one is a 20 on the die.
Ooh. Spicy.
You gotta draw a... Nice. Is this the Ace of Spades?
Not this time, Lars. It's the 6.
It's the 6. We're going to take critical damage on Mag. Maximum damage on Mag. That's 40 points of damage. And then that D6 of bleed damage that she was taking is now replaced by 2d6 of bleed damage.
Okay.
And then this golem is going to back up 5 feet.
Only 5, so I can't react.
No, I didn't think to step, so I didn't say I was stepping. I wasn't thinking about stepping, so go ahead and take a reaction.
Yay! Okay. Wow, that's generous.
Hey! Gabagool.
Gabagool.
That's a 35 to hit.
Okay, that is almost a critical, but not quite, as you hear your hammer crunch into this golem as it backs away from you.
Yeah, so Mag reels back from the 2 strikes, especially the second, but manages to find her footing and strike back for 26 damage.
Really good damage roll, as you have now managed to damage all of these constructs. it is now, as Mag strikes out at that golem that was moving away, one of these golems that was targeted by Trill's sonic spell is going to gosh, I don't really know. I guess they're going to try to acrobatics their way past Isthin. Here comes a tumble through against Isthin.
And it's against his athletics DC, is that right?
It's against your reflex DC.
Reflex DC.
I rolled a 20 on the die, so we're just going to say that works.
Yeah.
I think that'll do it.
So this glass construct, this golem, pivots around Isthin and manages to twist around him and get between him and Ao effortlessly. And then it reaches out with another of these bladed limb strikes, slicing at Isthin. That one is a 34 to hit.
That will hit.
Okay.
Nice
so
how
Isthin,
it's just made itself off guard to Ao.
It's true.
Yep.
They are mindless. So that is towards Isthin 18 slashing damage and a d6 of bleed. Do you want to use a reactive strike against that guy as he's moving past you?
Yeah, I do. Thank you. I was just thinking I should have maybe done one when I got into range the first round.
And I'm not going to give you flanking on this because this strike would have happened before he got to that, before the construct got to that position.
Totally. That is a 34 to hit.
Okay, that 34 is a regular hit. If I had let you do it on the flanking, that would have been a critical hit. So a very good strike.
19 bludgeoning damage, please.
Okay, 19 bludgeoning damage as Isthin slams this creature with his staff as it tries to get past him. And then here comes another bladed limb strike from this creature as it reaches up again, having like bits of its mirror exterior shattering and falling to the ground in this like sparkling dust. It swings back with another strike. That one's going to miss. It's a 24.
Yeah.
Okay. Ao sees that she is surrounded on all sides by these glass golems, these like emotionless glass constructs of beautiful glittering glass.
They're still tiny in my mind. I know we've made super clear that they're not, but they're still just like ankle high.
They're 7 inches tall.
Fear us.
I feel as though that would be scarier. Like, I feel like that would be worse to have just like a bunch of teeny tiny little glass
I'd
things
be way
chasing
more
after
worried
you.
about stepping on them for one thing.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
I think there's a Buffy episode where she fights a fear demon and it's only like 6 inches tall.
That's such a good one.
Yeah. I think you're right.
And the caption in German
demons
reads
everywhere.
Size, actual size as pictured.
Oh, yeah.
So good.
So what is Ao going to do here?
She's got off-guard advantage, certainly on the one between her and Isthin. The one to the north has a lot of conditions. Does that make it off-guard?
It does. Yeah, it's prone on the ground next to you.
It's just, it's laying down. All right, she is going to...
It's taking a nap.
It's just having a little resty. She is going to try and finish that one off. Remind me what we've learned about types of damage that these things are.
Bludgeoning, and that's like it.
Okay, so
And
she is
sonic.
gonna TKP at this guy with some bludge damage.
So you do. I'm sorry. Also know
but
that
no magical
spells don't
stuff.
affect it. Yeah.
And I don't have any weapons that do bludgeoning damage, do I? No.
I don't think so. You got
It's
a
not my-
fist.
But that's gonna be such a. I feel like I'm better off firing an arrow at this thing and having it lose some of it. My little fisties are gonna just. They're not that strong. It's a weak character. It's a weak build.
Okay.
All right. So at close range, she fires an arrow from Chompers.
Okay.
Right at this thing.
Point blank shot.
Oh! That's
The
a 20
20s
on
are-
the die!
It's ridiculous.
You gotta draw.
This is mathematically impossible.
Nice.
Is it the ace of spades?
No.
Not this time, Lars. It's the jack.
Okay. But still, critical damage. which you love to see.
And the sort of moral victory of getting such a big dice roll for such a tiny
Yep.
monster.
Yes, for sure.
That is 44 points of damage.
It's a lot of damage.
It's a lot of damn.
It's really quite a bit of damage. Not all of that, as we established, is going to go through. But they do become enfeebled by your debilitating strike once more. And Ao is easily able to take a shot at the weak points on the mirrors. And you see like spider webs of broken glass form around the exterior of this golem.
All right, she's going for a second arrow. If it ain't broke. What? It's another 20.
Yes!
You gotta draw.
Nice.
I almost
Is this
don't want this to be the ace.
It's good news.
Yeah,
it's not. It's the 5.
All right.
Let's get more critical damage from Ao. A really good.
How about
damage roll.
50 points of damage? Can we get rid of it now?
Yeah, that's it.
These are
That'll
Blanda
do it.
numbers.
The Ao's arrow. You see the final like shard of glass that you're attacking right now must be the bit of glass that's holding the entire thing together, because this humanoid form just goes and crumbles into a pile of perfectly powder fine like diamond dust in front of you.
It's such a tiny little pile, though.
It's so small.
So small. Remind me, does Force Barrage do bludgeoning damage?
Force Barrage does not do bludgeoning damage. It does force damage, and also it's a spell.
Right. Well, just trying to think creatively. How about the mushroom from Earthagal's cave? Could I whack it with that? I was just
Sure.
thinking if there was anything I could get out that would be helpful, but I think
Do we have a mushroom from Earthagal's cave?
I appear to in my
probably.
treasure section.
That's pretty
My
cool.
treasures.
I have a
My
lot of things in my
treasure.
treasure section, let's be
Treasure.
honest.
Neat.
Yeah, do a
Sounded
2-action
delicious.
mushroom whack.
Yeah, do a two action mushroom deal.
I guess
Actually,
I'll
do you have Ebola? Ebola
Ooh,
might do bludge.
Ebola might do blood.
Wait,
think they
Ebola or Ebola?
The Ebola.
A Ebola.
Do you have
I
have
heard
the
Ebola.
Ebola?
I have the bola,
you got the bola?
but I don't know which one of these things it is.
I'm sorry to hear about that, David. Sorry you got a terrible case of the bola.
I guess I'm just there's not much more useful we can learn about these guys, right? Like, there's.
You
They're-
could see what other kind of magic you might do to them to mess them up.
All right,
Or you
why
could
not
prepare
learn
to aid.
something? I got all these high numbies. Let's learn something with a high numbie.
Give me a blind crafting or arcana with that high numbie that you got going.
Let's do Arcana, because crafting is not a high numbie.
Okay. Ao searches her mind, and yeah, she sees this glass golem, and she gets a better sense of what it is that's different about them from a typical glass golem.
That's how
sort
small
of like
they are. We knew
like
that.
how small they are. The glass golems typically like there's a sort of sick green coloring to this glass golem that
Sick as
makes
in
it
ill or sick as in dope?
those
that
two
golem
words
is
where I come
sick,
from mean
bro.
the same thing. So I don't know what to tell you.
Sick as in ill as in dope.
Sick as in ill as in dope. Yeah, this they have the illest glittering, these guys. It's super dope and it blinds you. What question would you like to ask me? If you'd like to know
the
more about
magic
their
thing before.
Yeah, so you know what kind of damage they're harmed by. You can also learn what kind of damage they are healed by if you want to know what to avoid, or slowed by if you want to know how to take actions away from them.
Let's do slowed by. That sounds fun.
Totally. These creatures are slowed by cold magic. If you hit them, or if you target them with cold magic, they will be slowed for 2d6 rounds.
Ooh, I like
Ooh la
that.
la.
Who can do anything
Wow.
cold? Anyone got any ice?
I think it's
I have a
can.
frost
Oh,
vial.
Istin's a nice guy.
Yeah, he's a nice.
Oh yeah,
Ice
frost
guy.
vial. I've got a frost vial too.
All right. Well,
I'm
good.
not
I'm
sure
probably
the
just gonna
frost
keep
vials-
doing sonic damage.
It's not magic.
It's not magic.
Sonic damage is just too good.
Okay. It is as Ao crunches this golem into a fine powder and shouts out some extremely useful information. It is now Istin's turn. What is Istin going to do?
Oh man, see, now he has a little bit of dilemma, because at first I was thinking of casting Echoing Weapon, which would allow assuming I get a strike at the end of the turn, it does 1 sonic damage to the thing, which would trigger 66 sonic. Or I could frostbite these fools and slow them.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of torn between the two because they both sound great to me, personally.
Then I think you don't have a bad choice among the two.
That's a great attitude.
You know,
Yeah.
I love that.
Incredibly healthy.
I'm going to start by making a spell strike on the injured one between Ao and Istan,
Okay.
using Frostbite.
Okay.
That's pretty sick. It's
Hard-
dope.
Hard
It's
to
ill.
say no to damage, and
It is dope.
that's
and
ill,
it is
dude.
ill.
it is ill.
Illumatic.
What a cool group we are. Anyone who listens to this can just tell how cool.
Okay. What's your attack roll
We're a
here?
pretty ill group.
So that is a 31 to hit.
31. Yes, that hits.
Awesome. That's 22.
You feel your staff crunch into the glass.
That's 22 bludgeoning, and assuming, does it have to make the save on this, or
No. Okay, so the 22 bludgeoning damage, that's just going to go through.
Okay.
Since you're targeting it with Frostbite, nothing happens except they become slowed for 2d6 rounds.
Okay.
So I'm going to
cool.
roll a d6 and a d6. They're slowed for 7 rounds.
It's a lot of rounds.
Okay.
So let's just say
Wow.
they're
It's a good
slowed
slow.
forever.
Forever.
let's
Now let's
throw-
just
Well
take things a minute
done.
and chill.
Forever slow.
Give him
Wow.
the hero point.
a hero
May God
point.
freeze and keep you always.
Here's a hero point for Istan.
May your sugars all come true.
Oh, thank you. I'm just, totally avalanched by this support.
A flurry of
Oh, there you go.
applause for our Matt.
Oh. Thank you.
I like it.
So you see this construct, this magic shell surrounding it starts malfunctioning, and it starts herking and jerking, like not able to move at its appropriate speed as these frost crystals form all around its exterior. And I believe you have another action, or am I crazy?
Oh, no. I do. And I'm going to drop into my arcane stance because that'll add cold damage to every strike I make going forward.
Okay, cool. Well, seems like things are working
I
out great
love
for me.
the Magus. It's the best
Okay.
class there is.
At the end of your turn, you take a point of bleed damage, and let's see if you're still bleeding.
Okay. Yeah. 7 on the die.
Okay, you are. It is now Mag's turn as Mag sees a very deliberately spaced magical spells start to burst out from the group. Mag's in this frenzy. She's in this rage. But very tactical magic is starting to explode all around here, and you feel the tide of battle turning in your favor. What will you do?
I'm going to step forward toward the golem all the way to the west of this long lateral chamber, which is the one that I reactive struck after it came after me.
Okay.
So first action is just to step back within range of it. And then I'm gonna slam it down.
Okay. Another slammy D.
A slammy D.
I've rolled a 1 on the die, and I don't want to have done that, so I'm gonna roll a hero point. I'm gonna use a hero point.
That's smart.
Seems reasonable.
1 is
yeah.
such a low roll.
It's
is
one of
really-
the lowest
yeah.
rolls you can
Hard to get
throw
lower.
out there.
I was rolling 20s before, and I would just do that.
Let me try.
Yeah.
All right. I've rolled a 5 instead. Is a 26 enough to hit?
Yes, on the
Okay.
button. Mag slips for a
Awesome.
second, struggles to get the hammer back in place. You know why I think Mag is slipping here, David? Mag is taking
Holding ice?
a 1d6 times 2 bleed damage. Mag is bleeding very badly, and it's perhaps impeding her vision as she swings this attack at this golem in front of her.
34. No, excuse me, 32.
32, and the spirit damage that your attack carries with it does not go through.
Okay.
These creatures don't have souls. These creatures don't have spirits.
Interesting.
So it's more glass breaking as Mag continues bashing at this creature.
And since the attack succeeded, I can roll athletics now to try and knock you prone.
Exactly, yes.
That is a 32 to trip.
Yes, and this creature slams back down on the ground, knocked prone by this slam down from Mag.
And Lars, before my turn ends, having now learned that my spirit damage goes through, I don't think I am able to toggle which of the rage effects. I can use spirit rage or I can sort of not use spirit rage. I assume that's a once per rage decision that I make, right? Like when I rage at the start of combat, I need to pick one and it's locked in. I can't toggle it over to the other setting. Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's right. That's
cool.
right.
All right.
So next time you're facing glass golems, you might, now that you know this, I
might make another
go a different way.
Yeah, sweet. Okay, thank you.
Okay. It is now the beginning. Oh, sorry. At the end of Mag's turn, you take some bleed damage. 2 points of bleed damage, and let's see if Mag is still bleeding. As Mag steps forward, crunches this creature down to the ground. Let's see if Mag continues to bleed here.
Yep. That's 1 on my recovery check.
1 on the die. Okay. It is now the beginning of round 3. Trill, Ao, and Istin and Mag have are continuing into this process. You're targeting these glass golems, these glittering, shining mirror creatures with magic that slows them down, magic that does massive amounts of damage, and you're chasing them down and beating them to the ground, but you still do not know what these torture implements around you do. You see this one crystal ball still intact, glimmering in your light a little bit to the east. What happened here? What is this chamber used for? What secrets about the Elder God Nimbloth will you discover here? We'll find out next time. See you then.
Oh, I'm so excited.
You had to cut me off from doing more sonic damage.
Yeah. I got to look up a bunch of rules to figure out how I can stop taking this damn sonic damage.
I've got a real doozy of a turn coming up.
Roots of Ruin is a Tabletop Gold production produced under the Paizo Incorporated fan content policy, using trademarks and copyrights owned by Paizo that are covered under that policy. The Roots of Ruin is not published, endorsed, or specifically approved by Paizo. For more information about Paizo Inc. and Paizo products, visit paizo.com. All original characters and content in The Roots of Ruin are the property of Tabletop Gold, and all rights are reserved. We at Tabletop Gold would love to hear from you. Visit our website, tabletopgold.com, to learn more about us and our shows, join the Golden Horde to get access to more shows, pick up great merch, and connect to the best online community in all of podcasting. Thanks for listening.